Greetings. I am Dr. Corvus, and this is Miniature History Music. The modern world is filled with sights, sounds, and entertainment. Videos, books, art, music. They're all available to anyone, almost anywhere, and at any time. Imagine a world without electronics. No screens, no speakers. A world where books are handwritten rarities. Imagine that world without engines, without cars, without traffic, without sirens or the roar of jets passing overhead. A world much quieter than ours. In this world, sound is the premier form of entertainment. When the loudest thing you hear is thunder or the peal of a church bell, your sense of hearing becomes much more sensitive. And in a world without television, where art and literature are hard to come by, music reigns. A skilled musician is an instant celebrity and can expect to be treated like a movie star. Should a talented performer begin to play in the street, a crowd will quickly form as word spreads. And that musician may soon be entertaining paid offers from local lords to perform at estates and celebrations. Some of these offers are substantial. In February of 1312, Edward II paid a group of minstrels £26 for a performance at a feast, the equivalent of a year's wages as a tradesman to each member. While not every musician can expect such rewards, it's not uncommon for a talented individual to be paid a month's wages for a short performance. Music is highly valued. Low music, which includes songs and melodies, is not the only kind. There's also high music, the use of horns, drums, and trumpets to direct attention to a royal herald or a battlefield commander, including horns used by the city watch to raise an alarm. In a mostly quiet world, the ability to make dramatic and loud noise is a powerful tool, and noble families will seek out both high and low minstrels to bolster their reputation. The call of trumpets to announce an arriving noble is a grand gesture, and when the quality of a noble's hospitality is considered to be inferior if his hall has no music to entertain his guests, a gifted performer new to a city could easily become the object of a bidding war. Then there are bards, which, while likely to be proficient musicians as well, fulfill a distinct purpose. They are professional poets and storytellers, paid by a wealthy patron to honor their history and praise their deeds. They are the medieval masters of propaganda. Which means that if a patron betrays or cheats a bard, they could become the focus of scathing satires, shamed with ruthless mockery. And remember, music is the premier form of entertainment. A new song mocking a lord's virtue will spread quickly, and when reputation is one of the noble's most treasured assets, being known far and wide as impotent, stupid, weak, or worse, a heretic, can be devastating. Stories are just as valued as music. Often, a performer or troupe combines these skills, telling epic tales accompanied by thrilling music. And while most people aren't literate, books are seen as powerful relics. A skilled storyteller could inspire his audience by opening a prop book to read from. The story would be memorized, of course, but reading it from a majestically decorated tome would dramatically enhance the performance. Traveling performers can make a living moving from town to town, earning room and board in villages and some money in towns, and being well paid indeed for performances at fairs, feasts, and events hosted by the wealthy. Their wandering nature also makes them perfect for spreading news and rumors. In fact, a new minstrel in town would be an ideal source of information for local merchants and citizens. Is there fighting nearby? Was the harvest good? Are the roads clear? In a world without the internet, travelers are the best and often only news sources, and a professional traveler who also happens to be a gifted storyteller can find themselves in high demand. Most minstrels were also skilled dancers, jugglers, or even acrobats. One recorded performance involved a handstand on the points of two swords, accompanied by a musician playing two recorders at the same time. In addition, dogs trained to dance or perform tricks, or even bears, could also be included in the act. These would be spectacular performances in today's world. You can imagine how compelling they were in the past. As for instruments, there were a wide variety, and each would be handmade and unique to its owner. Honestly, it's just fun to say naker, sackbut, and crumhorn. Nakers were paired drums, usually attached to a belt. Sackbuts were extended, curved trumpets, and crumhorns were curved wooden pipes meant for use on horseback. Of course, lutes, harps, flutes, and bagpipes were used as well, though harps were considered the most elegant instruments, and the most suitable for royal performances. Here are a few ideas to use in your campaigns. Musicians are much more than street performers playing for donations. They're sought after by noble families as a source of prestige. A skilled performer in a wealthy town can be hired to perform for a noble household or a guild, and will be paid quite well for their time, usually including room and board. Music in the streets is an incredibly effective distraction. Crowds will quickly gather, singing and dancing during the performance. Musicians are the rock stars of the medieval world. Traveling musicians are news sources, which is both a blessing and a curse. They'll be questioned relentlessly for information, yet at the same time they'll also be given all the local rumors, gossip, and news as well. And if they choose to spread a story that isn't necessarily true, who knows how much of an effect that could have? Once again, I am Dr. Corvus. Thank you for joining me for Miniature History, Music. Most of the information here was found in the Time Traveler's Guide to Medieval England by Ian Mortimer. For more of my content, or to acquire my services as a voice actor, visit drcorvus.com.